Last year, we had devastating high temperatures, a marine heat wave that killed nearly all the staghorn and elkhorn corals we've been working with. There's been this regional mass mortality of coral because of the very high temperatures we had in 2024. So this is definitely man-made, anthropogenic climate change that is causing this dramatic decline in Caribbean corals.
My name is Todd Barber. I'm chairman of the Reef Ball Foundation. We're a public nonprofit that works in 88 countries around the world, and we've done more than 20,000 projects where we've planted more than 2 million reef balls around the world. And we're here to spread that technology to Mayreau. We've got several teams that are all coming together this week. We are building reef balls and teaching them how to build reef balls here, several different sizes and several different styles, to try to rebuild the coral reefs that were impacted both by extreme bleaching event that we had last year, as well as the hurricane impacts that we've had over time.
Low, pull, hard, gotta go. Still.
We've got one team that's also learning how to float out and deploy these reef balls. So rather than having to use a barge and a crane and expensive equipment, you can put bladders inside these things, essentially boat buoys, and float them out to their destination. These reef balls are designed to last more than 500 years. It's a special marine concrete that we're also teaching them how to make, which is pH neutralized, so corals will naturally grow on them. So if you build a reef ball, float it out, put it in the water, it's resistant to hurricanes and it won't overturn, very cheap to do, and it will grow into a reef over about a 20-year period of time. You'll have a natural coral reef.
I know that when we have dead reefs, it can, on the long term, have huge impact on fish stocks across the country, which obviously is a major issue, first of all, of not being able to have fish as a biodiversity element, but also the livelihood component for people. A lot of people are fishermen here, they fish for a living, and also for food security. Across the country, a lot of people rely on their protein intake from fish. If the reef keeps dying at this level on the long run, what we're going to see is people struggling a lot more here because of that absence of biomass on their reefs that they depend on for their livelihood and also for their survival.
The whole idea behind this development is that we're able to now produce sustainability for the coral reef restoration program. And that's also looking at the human capital element as well as the financial resources that is needed to maintain such a program. So the past week we've had experts coming from the Reef Ball Foundation. They're operating out of Florida, and they're teaching us the best methods for building these reef balls, which are now going to act as a structuring element for the outplanting of corals, since as mentioned, we've lost a lot of the beds, the natural beds within the ocean. So we need something that allows us to anchor these corals to the sea and essentially create new reef ecosystem.
So the goal here of the project that we're having, so in collaboration with Reef Ball Foundation, is really to increase biomass on the reefs, on the local reefs, so provide the fish, the lobsters with a house where they can live in, so that we can then have a healthy ecosystem as a whole that will support coral reefs.
We know that some of these corals are much more resilient, and people might say, yes, but that's going to be decades before you can grow lots of them. The reality is, with these branching corals like elkhorn and staghorn is that they grow very fast, very fast. Staghorn, the spiky one, grows 1 foot in a year, 12 inches. Elkhorn can grow 8 inches in a year. So in a few years, you get big corals with lots of fish, lots of lobsters. It's good for tourism, it's good for fisheries, it's good for coastal protection.
We're accustomed to just doing coral nurseries. From a marine biologist perspective, I believe that the Reef Ball project is a great one that the Clare Caribbean and where Mayreau Inc. has been working on. And Tobago Cays Marine Park is very exciting to be a part of this project because we know the hybrid approach will help to rebuild the reefs, since nurseries alone won't be the solution at this point with the rapid decline in the coral population.
Yep, drop it and drop it. Perfect. Nope, don't touch it again. You did it just right. Perfect timing on that. That is good.
Propagating these corals is not just about the science and it's pretty, it's about the economy of Caribbean countries. It's really fundamentally important to the economies, to the communities, to the social resilience of many communities that we have coral reefs. And we can do this at scale now. We know we can do it and employ local people to set up nurseries. We train them to plant corals. So this can become a win-win for the environment, for the communities, and for the politicians who will help this because it's creating jobs. It's a win-win-win.
I'm thinking about the generation to come, like my children, so I could put a blueprint, set a foundation, okay, so they can enjoy the seeds that we sow now, so they could reap the fruits later on in life.